A few weeks ago, I received a comment on one of my videos from I'm not sure if it's a subscriber or not a subscriber, but saying that they would laugh if they hear the word Hermes journey again, and that I have been brainwashed by Hermes. Naturally, I wanted to go all ninja on that comment and almost defend myself. However, instead of doing that, I decided to take a step back. I never addressed it, but ask myself outright, have a conversation with myself if I have been brainwashed by Hermes. Because this year, starting from late last year, I have been buying more Hermes, and I'm wondering whether that is what they mean by brainwash. So this is what the video is going about, being very objective in addressing that comment, but also sharing with you if I do feel yes or no, I have been swayed intensely by Hermes. So before we dive into this Luxe Chit Chat, if you're finding my channel for the first time, hi, my name is Kat. I love to do luxury related videos. I love little chit chats. I just decided to turn on the camera and have a chat with you guys today. And I also love skincare, makeup. I'm not wearing any today, so it's really all natural. So hot, sweating. If you like that, I hope you will subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss out on any videos. And for everyone else, let's have a chit chat. There are so many ways to address the Hermes story, especially if you are after the bag. So, let's not talk about that bag first. I think I'm going to start off with a position. Now, let me ask you, have you ever felt special in any way, even if it's just a little bit, when something that is exclusive or not given to basically the general public, but given to you or offered to you, do you feel in your heart slightly special? Like, oh my gosh, thank you very much. You thought of me, or, why me? Thank you, I didn't know I deserved this. So, tell me honestly, unless you're one of the rarity that, in fact, if you get offered, you get insulted, or you have no feelings towards it, you just, no, you're gonna scare me, you have different kind of perspective. I think for a large majority of us, and I'm asking you to put Hermes aside, okay? Just the large majority of us, there is something nice about feeling special. Not validation, not any of that, just being appreciated. Just this feeling of, hey Kat, do you want a cup of coffee? That just offering it to you. Something special, because it's not for everyone. I'm one of those, okay? I feel like when somebody makes an effort to give me something or share something with me, not even a product, but even a story, and I feel like, wow, thank you, you trust me, there's this. So I feel special, I feel wowed. Now let's talk about Hermes. They have the art of making people feel special down to the dollars and cents. And that is their business model. Having this coveted bag that is elusive, exclusive, so hard to get, is basically making the people who go into their shop and buy things and make them feel special. So as a business, they have found a product in their entire line that can garner that kind of special anticipation, exclusive feeling. I know in different countries all around the world, they just do it differently. Some countries are easier to get the bag, so maybe you don't feel that exclusiveness so much. Some countries is harder, you may have a hustle a little bit. But at the end of the day, the core of the human behavior is feeling special. I'm going to give a scenario of going to a restaurant, a really high-end exclusive restaurant in Japan. And in Japan, they have a lot of these restaurants where some of the chef's specials are not given to everyone, usually for the regulars. But once you become a regular and you kind of like chummy with the chef, they'll say, hey, we've got this, amazing thing. But after you've been a patron to the restaurant for a long time, and it's an expensive restaurant, right? So you go in, maybe they have a certain menu that you gotta follow, eat. Maybe there's a specific minimum order. Basically, if you want to experience this really chef's special, you basically got to follow the house rules. So the house rule says in this very expensive Japanese fine dining restaurant is there's a minimum order, There is, you know, a number of times you gotta visit, you gotta make friendly, there are certain things that in this set menu that you gotta eat. And there will be some people that will say, you know what, I really love the food at this restaurant. It's really fresh, food is amazing, service is amazing, people are friendly. And I've been there after like, you know, a few rounds, and then suddenly the chef whips out this amazing sashimi that it's not on the menu. And you're going like, damn, I want a piece of that because it's special, right? So, you know, every business does it. It's just that when it comes to Hermes, maybe it's a little trickier because every country does it a little different. So, coming back to the point about being brainwashed, I actually can wear a couple of hats. I can actually understand the business model that they have a product that is coveted by many people. They have a method to make somebody feel special when you acquire it. Takes a bit of work towards it. There will be customers who enjoy the entire package, and at the end of that whole enjoyment, they get rewarded, okay, I'm going to use the word rewarded, with this coveted bag, and at the core of it, feel really special. So as a business, they got it right. They know how to play with our human feelings. So if I'm going to address that comment, and I hope that subscriber or that person that left the comment is watching, whether or not I have been brainwashed by Hermes, I'm going to say no, because I feel brainwashed means you are really going in blindly and you just cannot really see beyond why they are doing it. So I can actually appreciate and understand why they're doing it, because from a business perspective, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to really, really get the most out of the customer, because there is this feeling of being special. So I can understand that, and I can walk away, because there will be one day I'll say, all right, that's enough. Okay, I feel special enough, but I don't have, you know, a deep wallet that keep going. And you know, just like the restaurant example, I can go in and eat as much as I want, and if one day the chef says, here, have this amazing drink that it's all not even on the menu, they kind of like sort of like put it once in a blue moon, but you know, regularly not on the menu, there's no price on it, but here it is, do you want to try it out? And all right, I'll try it out. But after a while, maybe trying that too many times, you go like, not for me anymore, because yeah, it's maybe too strong or something. So I can actually understand it, because while I'm there, I'm enjoying all the yummy food at that very expensive fine dining restaurant. And when it's time, I might feel special. So I can understand it from a business perspective, because every time I'm ordering from the fine dining restaurant, I'm paying a lot of money. I'm gonna add a little bit more into this sharing and tell you how I really feel. Because, you know, I've spoken a little bit about it through some of the lives, as well as, you know, in some of my videos. Even though I can wear a very logical hat, a very business logical hat to say this is a great marketing scheme, but as an individual who does not have deep pockets, head on heart, it is and it can be very frustrating. Because while you are there and exploring the brand, not knowing when the specials will come out is frustrating, it's confusing, it can feel heavy, and I'm coming from a perspective that I have to work for my money. So unlike maybe the really ultra rich, where every dollar is not so, you know, it's important, but it's not like me. It's really important. I have to budget for things. Exploring the brand is very expensive. When you compare all the other brands out there, whether it's YSL, LV and all, Hermes is very expensive. Yes, there are cheaper things, but still, overall, it is premium more, all right, in terms of the pricing. Let me share about my first Birkin experience earlier this year. It happened so quickly for me, and I guess in that sense, I didn't experience the lengthened time of possible frustration, but I can imagine how that would build up. Because after, exploring, in the brand for less than 2 months, I did spend a lot of money. I really went in with my eyes wide open. I bought things, and when I think about it, it's a lot. And I can imagine if I didn't get the chef's special, I think that build-up could be quite intense. Right now, I'm not eyeing anything, but I have been buying stuff, and I'm just wondering, what if I want that chef's special again, and it's nowhere to be seen? Like, you don't know when it's gonna appear, but should it appear? And it creates this mystery. Fine for some people who just don't care. And actually, I'm at that point where, I'm like, because, it's a lot of money to just spend on a bag again. But what if I have the money? What if I'm ready for the item right now, but it's still not coming? And do you want me to keep exploring? Do you want me to keep going? And this is maybe that portion of being brainwashed. I feel like maybe when people bring that kind of comment, you've been brainwashed, like you can't get away from it. I feel like that brings the frustration as well. Now, the other portion where I can share that it feels quite brainwashy is that I can honestly tell you that a lot of my resources are now funneled to Hermes. I think 2 to 3 times, maybe 4 to 5 times, if I want to buy something else from another brand, because I would rather explore Hermes first. And I'm putting that out there because it's the fact. If I want to buy a t-shirt, let's say from LV, I'll be like, maybe there is something else at Hermes first. I just rather go to Hermes from a perspective of maybe one day, and also that I have started to really appreciate the quality. So it's a mixture of everything, but in that sense, I can see how my own habits have now been shifted. I am not unhappy about it, because everything that I have purchased so far in my entire journey and my exploration has been amazing. There is only maybe one item so far that I'm not sure about. It's kind of like in the excitement of things, and that's my CDC leather bracelet. I really haven't used it, but other than that, I have enjoyed my clothes and all. But anyway, this is not about pumping up Hermes again, but truly it's a good thing, and thankfully that the stuff that I've gotten is high quality. I am loving it, because it would be even more frustrating if I was just going in blindly and buying the things and the stuff sucks or whatever and then the chef special doesn't come. So I think that would be just a double whammy, but so far, hand on heart, it's been freaking amazing. Because of that, having amazing things there and knowing that maybe one day down the line, another 1 year, maybe 2 years, I would really love another bag. So in that sense, I can understand and say, yeah, definitely there is that element of brainwashing. I just have to be careful what I send elsewhere, because why buy 3 pairs of shoes at, say, LV when I can buy, one nice pair of shoes from Hermes and maybe a new t-shirt from Hermes? Why spend it on this trendier brand? So in that sense, I can admit I have a slight fine-tuning in my brain for something that I am really appreciating. So for the second point about shifting my limited resources to Hermes, it's true. I am no longer more flamboyant with buying many things. Here's another example. I am head over heels on the Prada crystal bag. I saw my good friend here, Clara, got it, and she showed me some pictures, and I really, really like it. But it's $2,000 over. I don't need another bag, and I would rather spend that $2,000 buying something that I might like in Hermes. So I'd rather not spend it on Prada, and I'd rather spend that money on Hermes. It could be even a nice scarf, which I haven't explored. It could be another pair of shoes, which I have been enjoying their shoes. So in that situation, I admit I am very, very much swayed to Hermes. For the frustration element, I I can actually understand it, because imagine if you've been just a patron, okay, at Hermes for so long, at this very expensive restaurant for so long, and the chef's special doesn't come for whatever reason, you know, time, stock, and all. It can bill. Just thank God I am not there, because I am not on the hunt for anything. It's a very huge expense. But when the time comes, when the time comes, I will let you know how I feel. So for me to manage that frustration is firstly not have any expectation. It's easier said than done, but really when you have no expectation, it really is a chef's special. And not to also, and we speak about this a lot, but also not to buy things for the sake of buying. And thank goodness I have done pretty well. I only failed on maybe one item, which is the CDC. I've kind of failed on that a little bit. I shouldn't have, not yet. It was just out of the excitement and all. But other than that, I have been, you know, in a good position with the brands. I feel like I've been talking for a long time, so I think there'll be some long editing, you know, to cut down some of my nyang words. But I hope I addressed that comment and give that subscriber or that commenter a bit of perspective on where I see myself with the brand. It is, I guess brainwashing is such a, you know, negative brainwash, but I can kind of break it down a little bit to say actually it's not, but actually there is some element to it. So hopefully that gives you some context of how I read that comment, and instead of just going at it. Comment down below if you are an Hermes buyer already, that you are exploring the brand. Let me know how your experience is, and if your luxury buying behavior and habits have changed since you started to explore the brand. And if you are not buying Hermes today, let me know as well, like why. It's not that everyone must buy Hermes, but is it because the aesthetic doesn't suit you? Maybe really the price, you know, of that fine dining place, Hermes is fine dining, is just it's just crazy, or it's just not your style, or maybe you're just having fun with so many other brands that it's just not in the horizon, but maybe it's something that you're going into in the future. So yeah, just let's have a little conversation on this, because I'm really interested to know if people who are actually buying today have now really shifted. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It'll help me with my channel. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications, and everyone, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!